visit you soon. Mm. Pilar. Let me see. Pilar just got your donation. Okay. Are you here? Pilar, are you here, my love? Pilar. Okay. I hope I'm saying it right. All right. Pilar, go ahead with your which deck would you like for your reading? 1, 2, or 3, my love? 'Daisy? Okay. Okay, go ahead with your question, love. Well, that was loud. Type your question, baby. Let me go get my coffee. Give me a second. I want a love reading regarding my Aries. Okay, what is this person's name? And what is your specific question? If there's be communication. Okay, what's your sign, my love? Will there be communication from Shan to Pilar? Will Shan reach out to Pilar, please? Is Shan the Aries going to reach out to Pilar? Is Shan going to reach out to Pilar? You have the Knight of Wands reverse. I don't know, because Justice came out reverse as well. How long have you guys been in no communication? Will Shan reach out to Pilar? My loves, if you would like a reading from me, please send a donation to PayPal, Chime, or Apple Pay. All the information is in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. Will Shan reach out to Pilar? Hmm. I feel like it's crazy because okay, so Aries is at the bottom of deck. Okay, so Pilar, I do feel like he does want to, okay? But do I see him reaching out right now? Um, the energy isn't strong enough from what I'm seeing for me to just say he will 100%. But it does feel like he really does want to, but I think he's afraid. He's afraid to reach out. The Knight of Wands reverses he doesn't have the courage, the bravery, okay? In other words, he's being a coward about things, about maybe facing you. Okay. Um, so yeah. But it does feel like he does want to come out of this separation though. Knight of Wands reverse. Okay. King of Swords. I feel like he knows that he would have to tell you the truth or be honest with you or something like that. Um, and you said you're Aquarius, so clarifying the Knight of Wands reverse, he may be, you know, afraid and a little intimidated of telling you the truth or coming towards you, okay? So tell me. Bottom of the deck was the Seven of Cups. So I think he's imagining all types of things you could potentially say to him. So yeah, it does feel like okay, well, I'm a little bit of a coward to face Pilar, okay, to talk to Pilar. Um even though Aries can come off whatever, but I feel like it's really just a defense mechanism behind that. It feels like he's very afraid here. Okay. I don't know if you have him on social media or anything like that. Okay, if you do, he could potentially start watching you online, but I don't feel like 100% he's coming forward just yet, okay? I feel like he's still gonna be spying on you and whatnot. He could be getting advice about you as well, Page of Swords and the Hierophant, before he comes forward. So you know the way I know this. Is that your only question about him, baby? Right before we cross the line. What does Pilar need to know about this connection with Shan? Says pay attention to the red flags. It says pay attention to the red flags. So I don't know if he's shown you some kind of red flags in the past that you need to be listening to, paying attention to. Should I reach out? I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, my love. I don't tell people what to do. That's your free will. So you could reach out if that's what you want to do, but I'm not going to tell you not to. But I can answer, how he would respond if you reach out if you want to do that instead. But whether you reach out or not, that's going to be up to you, my love. You do have that free will. How would he respond? How would Shan respond if Pilar reaches out to him? How would Shan respond if Pilar reaches out to him? I don't know. It's something showing about how he feels. He might feel a little confused. Okay. I don't know. You have both cards of confusion coming out. He could feel uncertain and a bit confused as to why you're reaching out or what your intention is. Okay. Or maybe what you want with him. How long have you known him? Okay, so what dynamic did you guys have before? Context means everything. Is this someone that you've been in a relationship with before? Like, is this an ex? Is this someone that you've been friends with? You had a casual, like a sexual relationship? Which one? What what's the situation with him basically? Because that could explain why he's kind of confused as to like what your intentions are and why you would be reaching out. Okay. Because I feel like he's been wanting to, but he's been a little cowardly about it, about facing the situation here with you. He may just be more confused about your intent behind reaching out. Okay. If it works. Okay. All right, baby. So, I mean, you can't say relationship if you said it was never labeled as official. That means you and him never had a real relationship. Okay. So, when you say situationship, are you saying that, this is someone that you kind of were casually seeing, like you guys would sleep together and kind of just hang out and talk, and then boom, was it that type of thing? Because if it's situationship, then this explains why he's confused as to like what your intent is. I don't think he's like he's gonna ignore you, but I just feel like at first, initially, he may try to figure out and probe, like, to see what you're looking for or what you want, okay? There's no line, babe. How much time do you have, Diamond? Because there's no line right now. It's just Pilar, that's it. And I'm about to be done with hers in the next couple minutes. So if you were to send now, then you can get it done now. But the thing about my personal readings is there is a line on my website. So you're going to have to give me between 3 to 12 business days, and that excludes weekends and holidays. So it's going to take longer for you to receive a response, okay? Compared to just getting it right now. And even if you can't be here for your reading, this live is going to be posted when I'm done so you can go back and listen to your reading. So either way, it's up to you. He got mad at me. Well, why did he get mad at you? We did everything together. Okay, well, I mean, you can do everything with someone. That doesn't necessarily mean you're in a relationship, though. So maybe y'all really honestly were just kind of like, that's what you call a casual relationship, a companionship or something. Y'all was just kind of, y'all had that bond to where y'all could do stuff together, but that doesn't mean it was officially a relationship, though. Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. It feels like he would want to offer you a casual relationship. He would want to offer you something like that. I don't think that his intention is anything serious with you, okay? Even though the way he acted with you, obviously that could be why he's a bit nervous to come your way. Um, but I feel like he's gonna kind of be. He answered. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of like when you would reach out to him, he's gonna be like a bit confused as to what you're looking for. Okay, like what is her intention here? But it's not like a bad thing, like what the hell she want from me. More so trying to figure out what is this? What do you want? But to be honest with you, he will respond to you, but this energy is giving me more sexual, more physical, more casual. Okay. I feel like he may be looking to try to like start up some type of casual relationship with you. It doesn't really seem like he's serious, if you understand what I'm saying. I be trying to tell y'all Aquarians, these Aries men are not your husband. Okay? And even me, I had to learn the hard way. They are not our husband, unfortunately. The sex is great, the initial thing is amazing, but they're just not really for us, okay, long term. Well, you just told me never labeled official. So if y'all was never labeled official, y'all were in a relationship. So you technically you can't really get insecure about things like that if he didn't make a commitment to you. That's the logical truth. But yeah, baby, I see that he's coming at you definitely way more sexual. Um, so that's kind of a red flag. And there's a reason why this card came out. Okay. I think that's what ultimately he would be looking for with you. You're welcome, my love. I miss you. Alicia. Loneliness and heartache. Sleep. Oh. Wondering about tomorrow. Won't you come back to me? Do I have lost your mind? Anytime. Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. I miss you. I miss you. Anytime. Do you ever wake up your mind? Anytime. Mm-hmm. 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 Something happened to you. It's the color of love. I must remember us. To you. Thank you for the kisses, Isaiah. Appreciate it, baby. I swear the whole world could feel my heartbeat when I lay eyes on you. You wrap me up in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses to you back, Isaiah. You gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life, kiss of life. Wasn't start looking Sky full of love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sky is full of love. Kiss of light. Kiss of light. Color of love. La, 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 baby. Came down from above. Give me love, yeah. Give me love, yeah. Kiss of light. Oh, you gave me the kisses like kiss of light. What's that? You want to go on there? I'm never love this way again. Sugar, another man will never do. I love me some. I'll never love this way again. I love me some you. to you. I saw you. Never mind, swear you. From her, like other people do. This though. Maybe this is common definition of jaded. Trying to put on my crazy feeling. 1 minute I'm cool and then the next I'm tripping. Oh, really? Hmm. Tell me who's getting on my time. Oh, it used to be nice. Hi, baby. How are you? No, no. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. I was actually in the kitchen making me some food. I have my iPad with me. Sorry. All right, so let's see. I'm good, Boo. I am good. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so I'm good, Boo. So I have no, no, and yes, I am open. Dean, I was just muted. Hold on. All right, my love. What's your question? No, no. What's your question, Boo? Let me put you on the list. If you would like a reading from me, please send a donation to my PayPal. Okay, Chime or Apple Pay only. There is no specific amount for a reading. The more you send, the more questions I'm willing to answer for you. Okay. But yeah, go ahead. No, no. What's your question, my love? You think she's taking you for granted? Why do you think she's taking you for granted? And when you say general reading, what exactly are you wanting, my love? Because I mean, if you still talk to her, even if but she's still in your energy, I mean, she could still show up in the general too. So let me say it's been super slow this morning, but still trying to stay on because I know people really don't be on in the morning like that, be at work and stuff. Mirror her behavior. I mean, okay, so do you want to know about what with her or because we can also just ask about her, like what you need to know about her behavior right now. Because let's keep it real, you still have feelings for her despite what's going on, and you're still gonna have those questions. Natsy, let me see. See, babe, I just got your donation. What is your name Natalie? Okay. All right, we got Natalie on the list. So now we got 7 spots remaining. If you would like a reading from me, please send a donation to my Cash App. Sorry, not Cash App, my Apple Pay, Chime, or PayPal. I don't take Apple. Sorry, I don't take Cash App. We only have 2 people right now in line, so it's little to no wait. Natalia. Okay, hold on. Let me change that. My bad. Natalia. Well, you don't have to move anymore. No, no, baby. But like I said, I think it helps to at least get down to the bottom of why she's acting the way she's acting. So it's up to you. It's your reading. It's your money, whichever one you want to do. Choose any deck. Just asking about George. Are you Dr. Natalia? That's how we know Nuno mean business. Nuno not laughing today. Nuno, Nuno got a problem with Miss Ma'am today. All right, Natalia, I'll do your reading after, my love. I mean, don't you have a third party to know? You're not. I mean, was she the only woman you were talking to? 100% the only person you were talking to, or were you still talking to other women too? I'm just asking because people be getting so mad, like, oh well, she probably got a third party, but people still be talking to other people too. So you could technically say you have one too. So, but I just want to know. If not, then okay, it's fair for you to feel that way. But other than that, I mean, what does Nuno need to know about this connection with Estella at this time? Two of Wands reverse. So the whole time y'all dating, you weren't talking to other women at all. You just were just talking to her, period. Okay. Well, to be honest, from here on out, until somebody makes a real commitment to you, or you guys both discuss exclusivity, do not ever put your eggs in one basket. You can still talk to who you want, but if you guys both agree, hey, we're exclusive, even though we're not in a relationship, we're exclusively dating, then that's different. But it has to be mutual. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, do not ever put your eggs in just in one basket with one person. What does Nino need to know about his connection with Estella right now? Four of Cups. Have y'all been fighting at all? Like, have you confronted her about this? Nano's connection with Stella at this time. What does he need to know? So you reached out to her and she responded, and then now you guys are in no contact because you feel like you're chasing her, or did she just not respond even if you did reach out? Because right now, from what I'm seeing, I do feel like there is an energy to where, space may be needed right now. She could be wanting space from you. She could be feeling conflicted. Okay, I do see the detachment right now. Okay, but let me ask specifically for her feelings. But you may need to send more if you want more details, okay, because I can tell this is going to be more of like a over explanation thing, okay? And the reason why is because it's a little complicated between y'all right now. Um, okay, Natalia. So what are Estella's true feelings for Nuno? Why has she been acting this way with Nuno lately? Why has Estella been acting like this with Nuno lately? Page of Wands. Why has Estella been acting this way with Nuno lately? What's going on with Estella? Feelings for Nuno? Okay. So we got the Page of Wands as for why she's acting like that. Why has Estella been acting this way with Nuno lately? Okay, so it definitely feels. I wonder what she if she has any like Aquarius too in her chart. The Two of Cups is reversed now. I don't know. It kind of feels like she's kind of approaching this a little bit more casually with you, like lighthearted. So it feels like she's not necessarily trying to push things towards like a relationship just yet, or maybe even exclusivity. Okay. That's kind of what it feels like right now. Okay. Stella's feelings for no. How has she been feeling about no? Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, no. It kind of feels like you guys are just kind of like not on the same page right now. You guys are not on the same like vibration, the same frequency. Okay. Because I feel like you may be taking things very, very seriously right now to where she's looking a little bit more lighthearted. Let's continue to kind of go with the flow type of thing. Um, so that's kind of where you guys are clashing and why the Two of Cups is in the reverse. Okay. You guys are not in sync right now. She probably was obviously enjoying, the dynamic y'all had before, just kind of going on dates and stuff. Like that's something she was enjoying. And obviously with you being intentional, cool. But I just think it's like the pressure around, let's, you being very serious. Right this second, I feel like she's just not matching you on that, to be very real with you, okay? That doesn't mean that she didn't have good intentions with you. That doesn't mean that she doesn't see a future or she didn't see one. I just think that the way you're going about things, maybe coming off to her as like you ready to be in a relationship right now, the second, whereas with the Page of Wands, she's kind of just still exploring things with you and letting things happen naturally between the both of you. Okay. So that's what I'm getting from her. Let me clarify this. Page of Wands, Estella's feelings for no. Lately. Why has she been acting like that? What is the Page of Wands? Nine of Cups. Yeah, so I kind of feel like, and this is exactly what I was just saying, it just feels like you're this emperor, right? And in the last readings we've talked about you stepping up and you kind of like taking the lead on certain things, which is great, which is I feel like that's what she wants. But in some way, shape, or form, she's a Scorpio. So she can kind of feel certain things. So maybe she feels that you're trying to kind of control the dynamic a little bit here. Um, and it just kind of feels like she doesn't want that. It makes her feel, yeah, see Eight of Swords, kind of like trapped. Some people don't like things to be forced. They don't like things to be, they like things to just organically happen. And hell, I can't knock her for it. I can't be mad at her for it. I mean, you shouldn't be mad at her for it. Um, but I think that's what it is with her. Okay. because we have the star here, which would indicate that I think she could have some aqua in her chart. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like an aqua Mars, because I notice aqua Mars people don't like to be controlled. They don't like to that's not to say you're controlling her, but she could probably energetically feel that, you want things to be more serious right at this second rather than letting things kind of develop organically, okay? And naturally. I'm not gonna lie, I'm an Aquarius Mars. And I do resonate with that. I'm the type I don't really like. I mean, I like for a guy to take the lead on certain things like dates, cool. But I kind of like things to just happen. I don't know how to describe it. Like, just let things flow. Like, even if, I don't always hit you up 24/7, it's okay to take some space and allow me to come to you. You get what I'm saying? It's okay for that to be the dynamic, right? Because think about it. You and her technically are still kind of early. It's not like y'all been dating for like 6, 7 months now. I think it's only been like what, 2 months? Has it been? About 8 weeks, maybe even three. So to her, she may feel like, hey, let's continue to kind of go upon the path that we were walking before and not like we always need to be. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting from her. Yeah, I think your approaches are definitely different for sure right now. This Eight of Swords keeps coming up. So I do feel like she tends to feel a little boxed in with you. What's your moon sign again? I think you said you're a Virgo moon. It would help to know your moon as well. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, sometimes Virgo moon people, you have an Earth moon. So you do come off naturally way more serious than she can. And you can also be a little nitpicky on certain things. Virgo moon can have a bit of control issues. I'm not saying you're controlling, but you can have a problem because I've met Virgo moons. You could have an issue sometime with little stuff like that, right? You read into those type of things, and I think energetically she could feel that, and it kind of makes her feel just trapped or boxed in. Um, Whereas before, maybe you were approaching things very lightly, you weren't like in that type of energy, but now you are. So that could kind of be something that's causing her to like, oh, let's put distance in between this now. Okay. So that's what I'm getting with her. So absolutely don't chase. No one's telling you to chase. No, no, do not chase her. I think the best thing for you to do is just fall back and now just allow her to come to you. Okay. You think she's taking you for granted because you're a Virgo moon. You look into that and you do overanalyze and you do also overthink it. This is not a spread or an energy of her just taking you for granted. Okay. Taking you for granted, no, would be like your calls are going unanswered. You're doing certain things for her, and she just does not reciprocate at all. Okay. Um, but from what you've told me, she has. So I don't think she's taking you for granted. Or that she doesn't appreciate you. She does. I just think, like I said, the pace and the approach, your approaches are different right now. All right. That's why I said it's important to get her moon sign, because her sign could be very telling as to why she's acting like that. Okay. And how she likes to go about love and her relationships, especially her Venus as well. So if you know her birthday, down to the year, the day, and where she was born, that would give us a lot of insight. Because I strongly feel like she could have Aquarius somewhere in her chart. Maybe Aquarius moon, Aquarius Mars. And if that's the case, it would explain a lot. Okay. Even if she's a Scorpio sun. Your emotions, the way you interpret things, the way you go about your love life, your relationships is in your moon and your Venus. Okay. Not your sun. Well, I don't know about Cancer because a Cancer moon would not be like that. I believe I said Libra, because her energy, yes, it does sound like mine, but I'm a Libra moon, and I also don't like to be rushed or forced into things either, even energetically. Like if I feel like somebody is trying to control things too much, not me, it would, yeah, it could cause me to pull back. I prefer more easygoing connections and just letting things flow. So that could be kind of how she's feeling about things right now. You don't need to know the hour. That's if you want to know her rising. But you can just go to well, shit, I wish you can tell me. Do you want to send it to me on Instagram? Send me her birthday and where she was born on Instagram, and I'll pull her chart up right now. I'm not going to show it on live, but I'll pull it up to check her moon. So let me know if you're able to do that because the Aquarius part of me is very interested. I need the information. I'm curious. November 5th. Okay, let me go ahead and type that in. Oh my God. Okay, I was close. I was close. Oh my goodness. I was close though. Jesus. Oh my God, her chart is crazy. Her chart is crazy. I was so close. She's a Sagittarius moon. Do you know what that means, Nana? You and her moons are not naturally compatible. Moon compatibility is very important. That's not to say if y'all moons are not compatible, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna take way more work. Okay. Um, but with her being a Sagittarius moon, it makes a lot of sense. And Sagittarius and Aquarius moon and Aquarius have similar energy. They both value independence. So this is what I was trying to tell you. That's why I be knowing what I'm talking about. It's not that she don't want to be with you or she didn't see a future, but the way you're going about things, she feels like it's a little stifling for her. Okay? No, she doesn't think you're controlling. She just thinks that it's like it's not you're not letting it flow naturally. That's what she thinks. Okay? That's the truth. You gotta understand Sagittarius represents freedom, growth, expansion. All right. So if her emotional style is freedom, growth, expansion, she needs freedom to feel like she can go off on her own and you will be secure with that. You get what I'm trying to say? So as a Virgo moon, you're hyper aware of her changes, her tone. And if she didn't text back at this time, you're constantly over analyzing things. And to her, this comes off as control. Like you're controlling things a little bit too much. You get what I'm saying? Your moon is way more serious than she is. Okay? That don't mean that she don't see one with you though, but it's just the way things are developing, you're coming off to her as it's just you're too serious right now. Okay? I don't know how else to explain it to you, but that put the cherry on the top. And it makes a lot of sense now. She's a Sag moon. Libra and Sag and Aquarius actually have very similar energy. Okay. So that's what she got going on. And it makes a lot of sense because Temperance is Sagittarius and Page of Wands is also Sagittarius. Okay. So this is all about curiosity, being lighthearted, letting things just happen. So it's like she wants things to be like that. All right. If it's too predictable sometimes, or you want her to stick to a routine, um, it's gonna make her feel some kind of way. Okay. And again, that's not to say that you've told her that, but Sag Moon are very intuitive, and so is Scorpio. Scorpio, they can feel stuff. So she may even feel your energy of just over analyzing the connection. Okay. Just Tamika. Oh, hey Tamika, baby. You said I was right. Right about what, baby? Yep. That's what I'm getting. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor, so that's kind of like your energy here. The Emperor can be very serious. He is someone who values structure. He wants things to happen a certain way. And I just think that to her, it's coming off to like you're boxing her in a way. Okay. I don't know how else to describe it to you, but that's what she's feeling. All right. So if you want to send more, Nino, so we can like if she's worth waiting for, if this is really, then that's different. Okay. But you just let me know, my love. You were not at what point? I stay up and think of you. Okay, Tamika, baby, let me put you on the list. Oh, hold on. Of you tonight, I'll be holding you tight. Yeah, no, no. I don't think you're understanding or even comprehending what I'm trying to tell you, but maybe one day you'll understand it. Okay. I don't think you're getting it. It's not clocking to you, no, no. It ain't clocking to you. And y'all say all these things. I bet you if I went through y'all messages, I'll see y'all telling these people all type of stuff. Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. And you just said tell that motherfucker a bunch of stuff. Oh Lord. Yeah, I knew I was picking up on her energy because I knew her moon had to be in something that wasn't really very like control friendly. Like, no, I'm not gonna stick to your routine. No, I'm not gonna do things when you want me to do things. Like it just feels very rebellious. And Aquarius and Sagittarius moon is very much known for that. Okay. For sure. Sagittarius. All right, Tamika. Actually, no, it's Natalie's turn. She's not here to pick a deck, unfortunately. But what's her question? What is George's feelings towards Natalia? George's feelings towards Natalia. George's feelings towards Natalia. Four of Wands. Page of Cups. So his feelings towards you, from what I'm seeing right now within the energy, Natalia, is I feel like he's wanting to do something with you here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting like some type of invitation, some type of energy like that. Okay. The holidays are approaching, stuff like that. I feel like if you haven't heard from him, he's definitely wanting to communicate, my love. Page of Cups and the Hermit reverse. This is somebody who's coming out of hermit mode. which is being withdrawn and whatever the case may be, and wanting to extend some kind of um, invitation. Let's go on a date. Let's go get drinks. What are you doing for Christmas? Let's spend Christmas together. This is an invitation, wanting to get together and reunite type of energy. Okay. That's how he's feeling about you. He may want to surprise you with the high priestess. Yeah. Something he may want to surprise you on. Six of Wands is also here. Yeah, there's something that he it's like it is coming up as like a romantic gesture though. I feel like he's trying to win you back over, Natalia. He's a little nervous, but yeah, I do see him wanting to win you back over. He's coming in with some type of proposal, and a proposal can mean anything. Yeah, he's gonna contact you very soon. We have 4, 6, 8, 9. So and wands are very quick. So I feel like he can contact you anywhere like in the next really 9 days, 9, 10 days. And that does bring us to Christmas. All right. So I do feel like I see him reaching out for sure to you, Natalia. Expect some type of gesture from him. It seems romantic and sentimental in nature though, okay? Okay, no, I'll put you on the list. I got you after Tamika. What else she did? Does she say? But yeah, no. Did you hear what I said before? I told you that I don't think it's clocking to you what I was trying to explain to you. And that's a big reason why I tell people, look, it's easier when you find somebody and you guys have the same moon because your love language, the way you express yourself, all these things, your serious levels, how you approach love, all that is very similar. Okay. So you will be unlikely to have these kind of, you know, imbalances when your moons are compatible. But Virgo moon, you're naturally analytical. You need follow through. You need somebody who's consistent. You need that effort. Okay. Even early on, you need that effort. Um, and not only this, you need effort, but you need it on a consistent basis. And one little slip up, you start to recognize a pattern and you're like, okay, well, you're not serious. You get what I'm saying? Um, but to her with a Sagittarius moon, she don't see it like that. She's seeing it as, oh, I thought we were just going with the flow. I thought we were just having fun, dating each other and just letting shit kind of play out, right? She's more like carefree with it. Doesn't mean she don't care about you, but she's more lighthearted with her love approach. So I think that's what's going on between y'all. Okay. What was Natalia's other question? And you need to take the time to verse yourself, with the moons. And if you go look it up and do your research, you're going to see exactly what I'm telling you and why you guys might butt heads on that. So it would take compromise on both ends for you and her ultimately to go far to work. Okay. Like y'all both are going to have to meet in the middle and have that temperance. Okay. So even if her pace scares you because you need that security, um, you also have to be willing to understand that, look, just because sometimes she goes distant or she doesn't reach out to me first all the time, like I do her, I don't need to tally it up. I don't need to keeping score of who did what. That's petty. Virgo moon can be petty. Don't tell me no, Luna. Okay. Virgo moons will add your shit up. Okay. They're gonna keep track of every little fuck up that you did, when you did it, how you did it, and they're gonna go analyze that shit. Okay. I think that's what you're doing with her. And then it could feel overwhelming to someone like her because then she starts to think, damn, like, damn, he's nagging or he's nitpicking. Nothing I do is good enough, and you're coming off as negative. She could start to think like that. You get what I'm saying? Even if you're never doing that, you're not doing that. The point I'm trying to make is that people can still feel it energetically. Okay. So even if you're not outright just nitpicking towards her, she can feel it. Okay. We're spiritual beings. Same thing I used to tell Tamika. If you have an intense moon like a Leo moon, you got to learn how to not have so much control. Okay. Even if you don't notice it because it's natural to you, other people notice it. Put yourself in the shoes of other people. If you see yourself and the way you go about things in the eyes of someone else, then you will start to understand why the person feels like that. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she's a Scorpio, so she could probably feel that you're more serious right now about things. And you're kind of controlling things a little bit. Okay. She ain't stupid, she ain't crazy. She feels that. And I guarantee you, when y'all talk, she's gonna tell you that. She's going to tell you that, and you're gonna think about what Pretty said. You're like, oh yeah, she did. I'm telling you this shit. I'm telling you this shit right now. Sometimes it's a spiritual thing. You don't have to outright do anything to anyone or say it with your lips. You could say it with your energy. Okay. People ain't crazy. They act crazy. They play crazy, but they not crazy. Okay, well, Natalia, yeah, I already answered if he's gonna. Okay, yeah, that's his feelings. His feelings are actually answering if he's gonna reach out. Yes, he's gonna reach out to you, baby. Okay. He's gonna reach out to you. Like I said, I'm getting somewhere within the next 10 days. Could be him wanting to get together for uh Christmas, even if it's just a maybe even wish you Merry Christmas. Maybe he would want to make New Year plans with you or something like that, okay? Let me get a romance angel for Natalia when it comes to George. Natalia, express your love. Natalia, when it comes to George. It's safe for you to love. Yep. So that's what I'm seeing, my love, okay? For me. That's crazy. Lou was at the bottom of that. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So he may want to spend the holidays with you. Okay. Don't be surprised about that. And it's crazy because me as a Libra moon, I could see both sides. You know, I could see how you may feel, how you interpret things, and then how the other person interpret things. But me at the end of the day, I'm all about finding a middle ground. Y'all not the same. Y'all don't approach things the same, but y'all gonna have to compromise. Simple. If she can't compromise and try to be a little bit more consistent with you at times, okay, then you're never gonna feel safe with her. And this shit ain't never gonna go nowhere. Simple. You know? If you can't not overanalyze every single time, she might be distant sometimes, or she might need a little freedom. Okay? That doesn't mean she doesn't like you or she ain't serious about you just because she wants a little space. If you can't respect sometimes that she needs space, it's never gonna work. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say y'all both gonna have to find something that works for the both of you. Okay? Simple as that. And that's one thing that people don't know about. They don't know nothing about moon signs and stuff, and they wonder why they just don't understand or why they're not clicking with somebody. Look at that moon sign. It's gonna tell you everything you need to know. Is it compatible with yours? I remember I was with a was it? A Taurus moon guy? Yeah, Taurus moon. I'm a Libra moon. No, no, nope. Completely goes against how I feel and what I do as a Libra moon. Tauruses are very stubborn. I'm a Libra moon. I see both sides. I'm open minded. They are not. And me and that Taurus who kept arguing and arguing. I'm like, oh my God, why you only see your own damn side? You don't see shit else. It's just your way, what you think, and that's it. And the arguments never damn stop. Tamika, go ahead and pick a deck, my love. The arguments never damn stop. And it makes sense. Our moons are not compatible. Cause you so damn fine. Pick a deck, my love. One, two, or three, and go ahead and type your question. 222, y'all. That's a sign. 222. Y'all don't want to, take the time to understand things, and y'all just want to see y'all side, and y'all wonder why shit just, you gotta come back to be pretty. Oh, well, he don't talk to me, or they don't talk. Y'all gotta learn how to start damn doing research. Okay? Start looking up on other people's stuff and getting to know who the hell they is too. Okay? Go ahead with your question, Tamika. Sean's current feeling. Okay. Well, people can say, a lot of things. He could blame it on whatever he wants to blame it on, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so what's your question about him, my love? Don't fall in love with me. Don't fall in love with me. How is he currently feeling? Because he gave me the impression he's broken and unsure. Child, people give you all types of impressions, but let's see what the cards say about him. Because I'm pretty sure there are cards in the tarot deck that would have picked up on him having trauma and it being because of that, the way he acted and what he in the whole shebang, but none of that was picked up. So, I mean, you can only take people for what they say, but the cards are ultimately going to tell you what their problem really is, and I didn't pick up that was his problem whatsoever. But I mean, I don't know, maybe he felt like he needed to say something to kind of mend things with y'all, but who knows if that's really what made him act like that. Okay, so what does Sean currently feel for Tamika? Should hide from such a love affair. Sean's current feelings for Tamika. How has he been feeling about Tamika? The lies and stay. Sean's true feelings for Tamika. How's Sean been feeling about Tamika? That you might stay. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so I do feel like, to be very real with you right now, he's trying to take his time with things. I feel like he's moving slowly. He's being cautious about this connection. Okay. There's an energy of him not wanting to rush into things with you. The Knight of Pentacles is not saying that he's not serious, but I also feel like he's not rushing to be like in a relationship. He's not rushing for that just yet. Okay. I think he just kind of wants to take his time with things. I feel like he's definitely conflicted. All right. Yeah, I think he definitely has feelings for you, but he's conflicted. He's conflicted about this connection. All right. We're gonna find out why he's conflicted and clarify the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of playing it safe with you. He's kind of one foot in, one foot out with the Six of Pentacles right now. And this is kind of like breadcrumby, like, okay, well, I'm not gonna overly invest or something like that. Um, that's what it feels like. So he's kind of playing things safe right now with you. Now, I think he's definitely committed to kind of like, I think you are on the same page in terms of what you want. But I feel like he wants to slowly build with you. It's not something he wants to rush, Tamika, okay? Yeah, that's what I feel. High Priestess, he wants to take his time with things. And I don't know if sometimes he gets the vibe or the energy that you want to rush. Even if you say you don't, he could get the vibe that you want things to happen a little quicker than he does. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm getting from him. Okay. Eight of Swords. Time will reveal, yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to control the pace right now with you, to be very real. Strength is here. You are Leo moon, strength, that's Leo. So I feel like he wants a little bit of like patience from you. He doesn't want you to like try to control things too much with him. He just wants things to go piece by piece, little by little. Knight of Pentacles is a slow card, girl. He's not in a rush at all. Yeah, I feel like sometimes he thinks that you want to move fast. The Eight of Wands is fast, and the Knight of Pentacles is very slow. Okay. Crazy sometimes. I wonder if he has any Earth in his chart, or like even in his Mars. But yeah, I think that he definitely wants to take it slow, babes. That's just the whole thing. That's the main message I'm getting with him. He doesn't want to move fast. And I feel like if he feels like you have too much control over the situation, or you're kind of wanting to move things fast, he could retreat again, okay? Or kind of get cold feet, get nervous, like, look, I'm just gonna pull back because I don't feel comfortable moving that fast with you. Okay. And obviously there could be different reasons why he wants to move slow. Okay, I'm not gonna say that he fears commitment. I don't think that's what it is. Okay. But some people just that's just how they go about stuff. I mean, it's just how they go about stuff. They don't want to just rush into relationships, okay? They want to do things properly. Bottom of the deck, we have more pentacles. This is a card of patience and the king of pentacles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have some I wouldn't even be surprised if he has like an Earth Venus. Okay. Cap Venus, Virgo Venus. They are definitely very, very slow moving in love. I could insane. Save my face full of tears. So Tamika, I don't know. I'm just kind of getting the vibe from you that you don't like that answer. I don't know. I just feel that from you. I feel like you don't like that. You don't like that answer. You're just like, I don't know. Does taking it slow mean no commitment? Does taking it slow mean he don't want me? Does no, that's not what that means. Okay. You mean a business. What was his moon sign again? I don't forgot. I think you told me. Didn't you tell me his moon sign? I can't remember if you told me or not. I'm in love, out of control. And the thing about you don't know slow. So you just, I mean, so where has moving fast got you though? I don't know. I'm sorry. Look, gonna call it. Where has moving fast got you? Maybe he's a soulmate who's meant to, teach you patience, more patience. We meet different soulmates for different reasons. Okay. You don't always have to have control over things. Okay. Bottom of the deck says let go of control issues, allow it to unfold naturally. So look, I did my job. I told you that he could potentially be husband material for you. I think he has good intentions. I do see him as someone who is wanting that commitment eventually with you, but he's just not in a rush to do that, my love. Especially if there's other parts of him he feels he needs to rebuild or work on too. That could be part of it, okay? So you're going to need to be patient with him. Now, everyone has free will. If you decide to say, well, you know what, I'm not going to wait on that, I don't have any patience, fuck him. That doesn't mean the reading was inaccurate. You chose that. That's your free will. So you chose to not be patient. That means you're not choosing that connection. And ultimately, you shifted your fate. You shifted your direction, and that's fine. Looking for a comfortable partnership? Well, I mean, I wish I can tell you something else, but to be very real with you, he's not going to move fast. So you're going to have to make your decision up. If you can't be patient, leave him alone and I guess move fast with somebody else. I don't know. But I don't think moving fast necessarily is a good thing at all. Okay. I mean, how long, when did y'all meet? Not even meet, but how long have you guys been like seeing each other? Like, I think it's been like 2, 3 months. No, no, go ahead and what's your next question, my love? Are you still here? Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all panicking and stuff. It took several months before my, current person of interest even was like ready to really, like really date. Okay. Because when I met him, he was focused on his school. And I just let shit, it is what it is. Okay. I didn't panic or anything like that. I just let things happen and then things happen. Okay. And I remember shit, I was getting a Knight of Pentacles too. It was taking time, but sometimes things are worth the wait. Okay. Wait or not now doesn't necessarily mean not ever. Okay. It can't be me doing all those figures and no, I didn't say that you showed her any drama. I said that she could feel that. If she feeling doesn't mean that you showed that. You could feel certain things. It's called intuition. Okay. You think there's an imbalance? Well, there's an imbalance because of what I told you. The way you guys are approaching things right now are totally different. I already told you this, and maybe she needs to tell you. And when she tells you, that's maybe it'll click and you'll understand it. Okay. But there's an imbalance because, again, you are wanting more seriousness up front, and she's not that serious up front with you just yet. Hers is gonna take a little bit more time. Yours, you're very like mature in love. From day one, you committed. You just told me how you weren't talking to anybody but her. Virgo moon shows that commitment up front. That's just the truth. Taurus moon can show it up front. Capricorn moon can show it up front. Okay. But that doesn't mean other moon signs that's not earthy and grounded and is you get what I'm saying, as you are gonna do that up front. Okay. Well, she's only hitting you up one time. Well, that changes everything. If she's because I'm not in your phone, I don't know how often she's talking to you or whatever. So if she's only hitting you up one time in 3 months, that's interesting. Okay. Well, she will need to definitely make sure that she's putting more effort into the connection. Okay. But you made it seem like, I mean, you told me everything was fine, so that's why I didn't think that. You were saying, "Oh, yeah, she's reciprocating, and she's this, and she's been good, she's been wonderful, and, we were on the phone, we talked in person, and we went on a date." And now it's like, "Well, she only hit me up one time." So I'm like, "Okay." But let's look at intentions. Oh, y'all, you might have to give me, like, 5 minutes because my daughter's getting off of school. Actually, let me go open this door because she be walking home anyway now. So give me a second. Oh Lord. All right. If she only hit you one time, no, I mean, to be honest with you, maybe you've been a little bit too, accommodating to her. You should have been told her about that if it's only one time. not want to listen to that. All right, what deck was I using? Okay. Obviously, you need balance from her, but yeah, honestly, I just, I personally, from what I've seen from her, I can't use her not reaching out to you as often and stuff like that as a measure of her interest in you, because from what I've seen, she's very interested. But I do think that because her moon is in Sagittarius, she tends to wander off and she tends to be more like freedom loving in love. Okay. That's just the hardcore truth about her. All right. Freedom doesn't mean freedom to just go fuck with whoever she wants. But I mean, y'all haven't made that clear to each other. You guys are not exclusive yet. Y'all not in a relationship. So, I mean, technically, she can talk to who she wants, third party or not. Okay. Until she makes that commitment to you, you should not have any expectation of her not talking to other men or being around other men. That's just the hardcore logical truth. But I'm saying freedom as in she tends to, because even my Sag friend, like, she can be just like that. And sometimes I wonder, like, are you okay, girl? Like, they can be so, like, detached sometimes. Nah, for real, they really can. And they could just kind of wander off and do their own thing. So I really do think it's more something like that than it is her just not being interested in you. Because no, from what I've seen, she's interested. She's a soulmate for sure. All right, so what are Estella's intentions with Nano? Seven of Pentacles. Estella's intentions with Nano. Stella's intentions with Nano. Especially from what I've seen from her and from what I know from her, she's been also, Sagittarians, even Moon, they be really locked into their work and stuff too. So I think we should also take that into consideration from what me and you already talked about when it comes to her. Okay. So she's probably been kind of in her own world and kind of neglecting the fact that, hey, he may want some, and that's understandable on your part. Okay. So with that being said, I think you guys can just um both meet each other halfway here. All right, that's going to be necessary. So 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. This is good. This does mean that she shows to she fuck fuck. She plans to show you more investment. Okay, this is good. 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. This is, that what you want to see from her. You want to see that investment. You want to see that consistency. I feel like in the future, it is saying that she plans to do that. That is her intention. She knows she hasn't been consistent. She's fully aware of that. Okay. 6 of Cups talks about a reconciliation. Okay. So yeah, she is going to come back to you and she will be seeking to try to balance things out with you here. Okay. Just let her reach out for sure. You guys will reconcile though. 6 of Cups, Ace of Wands. You have the Sun. So yeah, you and her definitely will have a really open, transparent conversation. Okay. Yep, I do see that. You don't have to move, but she's gonna come. Okay. She will communicate with you, my love. You even told me she has multiple jobs. You told me that. You told me she's a busy person. So I think that you also could be a little bit, well, yeah, you could kind of be a little bit understanding if she's juggling different jobs right now, or she's, focusing a lot on like getting her life together and shit like that. Okay. I say I would allow her some grace. I didn't pick up that she's just going around fucking with people. Okay. So I don't really think that's her energy. Like she's just going around dating other men and just being with other men. Okay. I mean, it doesn't take long at all to grab a phone and send a message. And that's actually not the point. The point is, based on what you've told me about her and what we've talked about, is that you told me yourself that she's a very busy person. She works different jobs. Okay. So of course, yes, she could pick up the phone and say certain things, but even if her focus is more on trying to bring more balance into her own life, then that might be a little bit more of her priority than her situation with you. Okay. So I feel like once she feels like her shit is more balanced in any way she thinks it needs to be balanced, she can then come balance things out with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but I do agree that I feel like she could also, pick up the phone at times. Yeah, she could. What? You always be like, bring that to me. How you found it? That one's for you. This one's for me. Don't touch my brownie. You lock the door. Go lock the door. Yeah, I told you to take them shoes off when you come in the house. But yeah, I can see both of you guys' side. Okay. Look, Libra moons are very good mediators. I can see both of you guys' side, and I can see where you can be understanding, and I can see where she could be understanding. Okay. But again, that's what temperance represents. And I believe I said that in the video, in my videos on YouTube. I don't think people be hearing me. But I've said that many times in Aquarius reading, to where I said you and this person are going to have to find balance. You guys are going to have to find temperance, compromise, understanding. I've said that many times. And your situation is an example of what my reading was talking about. So even in the general readings, I don't know if you watch them, but I've said this many times. Okay. I think that she be getting locked into her shit, and it's not a problem. But at the same time, if she cares about you, she loves you, it would not hurt to check in. It would not hurt to reach out sometimes. Totally get it. Totally fine. I see your point. But I also feel like for what she got going on, I feel like you could also understand that, sometimes she's going to need to go off on her own and figure her own shit out. And that doesn't always mean that she's just not interested, because you came here, dude. Oh, you would say, oh, she's probably with a third party. You already thought the worst of her. Okay. But that is not what we are picking up, my love. Okay. So what does Leno need to know about this connection with Estella? And look at that. See what I just told you? Unfinished business and finances. See? This is what I'm trying to say. You over here getting mad at her and losing it and doing all this stuff, when at the end of the day, her finances could be what's causing her to not really, if you're doing the juggling act, let her sort that out, right? Let her sort that out. Okay, so if you can't understand that, then maybe she's not the person for you to date too. Because if you require a little bit more attention, more consistency right now, maybe you'd want to be with someone who's more available. But fact of the matter is, if she's working multiple jobs, she may not be as available as you want her to be. Okay, even if it's just to send a text or whatever the case may be. All right. Some people look at texts and little stuff like that. They don't see it as a big deal, but whereas you could, or people, I mean, some people do see it as a big deal. Some people don't. Okay. Some people feel like, okay, well, if we met up with each other, we had a great time. I don't need to keep in contact with you every single day, to know that I have a connection or to even feel anything with you. Okay. So again, I just think both of you guys are gonna need to try to understand where each other are coming from and just find something that works. Okay. Bottom of the deck is soulmate card once again. So she is a soulmate. All right. It's not picking up on anything that she's lying, or she just, whatever you assumed. And that card just jumped out again and just fell on the floor. So I got to pick it up. Hold on. Soulmate just came out again. Nuno and Estella's connection. Why is everything falling on the ground? Ugh. New love. So you and her, are definitely going to be, I think you'll have a new phase, a new beginning, like I already said. Um, to where new seeds will be planted here, okay? I think that she is worth being patient for right now though, but it's up to you. I don't tell people what to do. It's your call. Gonna treat you good. So I'm waiting on my stuff, but not chasing. As you shouldn't. As you shouldn't. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I will probably be on later. And when I say later, probably like hmm, probably like 8 p.m. or something. Love you right. But what's making you think that she's going around to fuck around? She's going out to fuck around. Did the cards show that she's fucking around? She's going around fucking around? Because I didn't see anything about fucking around. And that actually would be the first thing that I would tell you if I think that she's just fucking around. Sag Moon don't mean that the person's just gonna be unloyal and fuck around. It just means that they need freedom in their relationship. Freedom as in, I'm gonna need my space. I have a life of my own. Simple as that. You're not always gonna be the center of my universe. They like to have a partner. Okay. That's it. They want their partner to be their best friend. They don't want somebody who's constantly trying to control their life and stuff like little stuff like that. Eventually, yes, they will get turned off. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely gonna take a lot of work for you and her to keep it up on a long-term basis. Yep. And that's why I try to tell people it's not about sun, it's about your moon. That's the relationship part. And if you'll be compatible. I don't think y'all fuck, but it's gonna take a lot of work. You're gonna annoy her and she's gonna annoy you. That's just the truth. You got air, you got earth and fire. Okay. But like I already told you, you're gonna have to learn eventually to not over analyze things with her. Just because she's focusing on her life or she's not calling you every day, she's more independent, doesn't mean oh she doesn't love me or she don't like me or she's with somebody else. Doesn't mean that. And if you can't eventually get a grip on that, you're gonna have to find somebody else. That's just the truth. I mean, if y'all are in a relationship, that's different. Okay. Well, not 100% different because even if you guys are in a relationship, she's still gonna want you to understand that I have my own life. So I'm not gonna be 24/7 just, relationship, relationship, relationship. Okay. That's what I feel. Okay. It's just not gonna be that. So there will need to be equal give and take at some point. And to be honest with you, unless she discuss, and that's just the logic part of it. Y'all only been seeing each other for like 2, 3 months. That's very early to be expecting just a whole lot of consistency um and commitment. I think that, once you guys talk about that and you draw that line and say, look, we are exclusive. And so that requires a form of commitment. That requires her to be consistent. Okay. But if that hasn't happened or you guys haven't reached that point yet, I wouldn't necessarily be expecting all this. Well, she's not necessarily, logically speaking. I know from an emotional perspective, it makes you feel some kind of way. But I think from a logical perspective, you got to think logically. Logically, she has not committed to this. Logically, I have not had that conversation. So while it hurts emotionally, you got to keep your head logical with the situation. And it will be different. Let's say she does and y'all have that conversation and she's like, "Look, you know what? We are exclusive. I'm not talking to nobody else. You're not look, we dating each other. We're working towards a relationship. We're locked in." At that point, there is an expectation of a commitment. There is an expectation of consistency. There's an expectation for her to show up and properly reciprocate all the time. Okay? So that's what I would say. Okay, well, what I would suggest is that you wait for her to commit to you, my love. Okay. Wait for her to not make things official, and commit doesn't mean relationship. It just means wait for her to have that serious talk with you. Okay. And then once y'all have that serious talk, she's going to have to be able to meet you halfway. That's when she would have to step up in that regard. Do you understand what I'm saying? But until then, I mean, you can talk to anybody. You get what I'm saying? I don't think I personally would not lose my mind for any of that. I get what you're saying, but me personally, I don't lose my mind over no guy that has not made a commitment to me. I'm just not. Sorry. That's a waste of energy, and I don't think it's logical. I mean, I like you a lot, right? But if he has not specifically and exclusively said that, Jelisa, I want to build a future for us, I am committed to us right now, I'm not gonna expect him to call me 24/7 or even reach out. I really would not even expect it, to be honest with you, because people can kinda go off and do their own thing and go talk to who they want. Close my door. Hey, close my door. I do not want my cat going outside. Yeah, so and I understand that's your thing, but that's your thing, you know? And that's the problem with a lot of people is that they think about themselves all the time and how they do their thing. But you're not in a connection with yourself. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand just because that's what you do, you should not just naturally expect her to just do that in the beginning. I'm not talking about down the line. I'm talking about in the beginning, and it's very early. It is early. So even if you're not talking to anybody, that doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't think that she could still chat with somebody else. Again, it comes down to if the commitment is there. If it's not there, I just wouldn't have high expectations yet. Okay. I personally would just talk to other people. I would keep my options open until that person shows some type of seriousness because it's gonna fuck with your mental health, Nuno, to just be only talking to her and in situations talk to other women. Talk to other women. Simple. Okay. You wouldn't even be so stressed about it if you were talking to other women. You just wouldn't. You could like somebody all you want, but if they're not committed to you yet, you are not exclusive, keep your options open and do not have high expectations. Imagine if we felt like that about everybody that we talk to. So many people come and go in our life. We can't just have control over all those things, you know? If that motherfucker, you know, we have not discussed that, I'm talking to other men. Sorry. I'm talking to other people. I'm keeping my options open. I'm not gonna play myself and put myself in that position. I'm just not. May the best man win. The one who's showing that consistency, the one who's showing up properly. Until you do that, I'm not investing my energy even emotionally in you. I'm just not doing that. I'm gonna protect my heart until you do. Simple. So I think that's how you really honestly should look at it, no. I know your moon wants to be loyal right away and all these stuff and but you have to understand not everyone's like that, okay? In the beginning. They're just not. She is emotionally with me. I mean, she could be emotional with you. That has nothing to do with commitment. You could be emotional and express feelings to anyone you want. That doesn't mean that you're committed to them yet. That doesn't mean that you want to be exclusive with them yet. None of that means anything. What I'm saying to know is don't put your eggs in one basket, my love. Okay? Because you're going to set yourself up to get hurt. That's just the truth. You come in with high expectations for someone who has not committed yet, even if they're emotional with you, that does not equal commitment. Then yes, you can end up feeling disappointment and you can get hurt in the process. That's just the truth. Hell, we're human. I've done that before. Everyone's done it before. Everyone's been, uh, expecting a certain amount of commitment from somebody and you're meeting that, but they're not meeting that. And then you end up feeling some kind of way, which is basically where you're at right now. But what I'm saying is with reciprocity comes if someone's going to reciprocate that consistent energy towards you, that would mean that that person would have to be making a commitment, right? I think whether you've told her or not, you have made a commitment to her. That's what it sounds like. And what it means by commitment doesn't mean relationship. It can mean anything. You commit to your job. You show up every day. You're not in a relationship with your job. So what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you have already shown that commitment towards her, okay? By only talking to her, reserving yourself for only her, but she's not doing the same. Why? Because she's not committed just yet. And that's why I'm saying until she does, I think to protect your heart, you shouldn't expect these things from her just yet until she shows commitment. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Because you're gonna stress yourself out like, "Oh, this person, I'm doing this, they're not doing it. They're not the" Well, wait till she's committed then. Me, I didn't show no shit to the current guy that I'm, you know, with right now either. To be honest with you, I have not. Because he, focused on his life and his finances and trying to get himself where he want to be. And I didn't put my all my eggs in one basket and lose my mind and, oh my God, he's not reciprocating. Maybe he's just not ready to, and that's fine. Guess what? I'm not reciprocating shit either. The hell? I talk to other men and keep my options open. I'm not gonna be running behind nobody or expecting any level of consistency until we talk about that, you know? Simple. Because to her, she may be seeing this connection as, just something that is just developing naturally. Like she's not even in her mind, like serious, like trying to be with you in a serious intent right now, this second. Okay. She may just kind of be going with the flow with you. And you're not going with the flow. You serious right now. And that's what creates the problem. So I think it would be worth for you to protect your heart, no, and keep your options open. I don't give a damn how much you like somebody. Okay. Until they meet you with the same energy, do not just give your all like that. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. I don't really interpret it as her like taking you for granted per se, because there are cards that would indicate that. I don't really think she's like, oh, Nuno's always going to be there. No, I don't. That's a toxic way to think. But no, I don't think she's looking at it like that. I think she's looking at it as we're just our pace, our approach is different. Okay. You're approaching it very seriously right now, this second. And right now, I'm trying to go with the flow with you, no. That's all I'm doing. I'm not necessarily trying to get in a relationship right this second with you. You get what I'm saying? I want things to kind of be natural. That's how she's approaching it. So once someone does that, you got to start meeting them just like that. Well, you approaching it lighthearted, I'm lighthearted. Don't overgive, don't overextend. You cool, I'm cool. You think this is a joke? I think this is a joke. You get what I'm saying? You have to mirror her. Just mirror people. You give as much as they're willing to give. And I think that's something that I'm happy that we both figured out together that that's what you're doing. You are over giving, okay? Overextending, overly committed to someone who didn't do the same thing, okay? And that's okay. You can correct it by fixing your energy and pulling back. And that's what I was trying to tell you. Your Virgo moon is why you overcommit like that. Virgo moon, they give they all. They don't care if y'all been talking for like a week. One thing about them, they're gonna give their all. That's the truth. Of course you don't. You like to focus on one person. Very Virgo moon of you. Yeah, but just because you like that person, she has to meet you too. And if she were meeting you too, just like you're meeting her, guess what? Good. Continue to do that. But at the end of the day, what you do is you show what you're bringing to the table. This is me, and you observe. Is she doing the same thing? Is she as committed as I am? From what it sounds like, what you told me, no. Okay. So I'm happy that you've identified the pattern. Now you know. Okay. So the mindset that you have now of allowing her to come to you, that's exactly what you need to do. Now you need to let her put in the work. You're not texting no more. That's it. That's it. You're not texting shit. You're not explaining anything. She knows where to find you. Okay. And from what I've seen from her, she's going to do that. She is going to do that. Okay. And what I want to clear up is that in the beginning, I wasn't saying that you were just being dramatic with her. What I was saying is that because she's specifically a Scorpio, she can feel stuff. So if she feels like, even in your energy, and energy doesn't mean that you're outwardly showing that or projecting that. But if she feels energetically like Nuno's expecting a lot of commitment from me right now, that I'm not ready to give you just yet, she can pull back. That's what I was trying to say. She can tell you're overly committed. I mean, look at what you just told me. You're always reaching out. You're always the one doing this and doing that. She already know you overly committed. So in her mind, she's like, oh, damn, I'm not ready to give him that same commitment just yet. Okay. So I'm going to pull back now. That's what I was trying to say. So it's not about you fighting with her or creating a drama. No, it's about how she was interpreting your actions, the text, the, and it's not even just effort. It was like, you probably were overly, you know what I'm saying? And look, we all been there before. Okay. But now you know what to do with her. Estella is going to have to woman up. Point blank, period. And sometimes people are not ready to give that commitment. Okay. People decide when the hell they're ready to commit. And maybe she just wasn't really ready. But that doesn't mean she'll never be. And her not being ready to commit, it doesn't always mean that it's because of another man. People always default to that. Like, oh, this person's not ready to commit because they're probably fucking this person or some bullshit. Okay. People could have commitment issues for so many reasons. Okay. Ask a chat GPT and it'll tell you. Okay. So maybe that effort that you were giving, she wasn't ready to give you that same commitment. Yeah, it is. But assuming the worst is going to sabotage your relationships, okay? Now imagine if terror wasn't invented, Nuno. Imagine if I wasn't here. How would you have handled that? If you're already thinking she's fucking other people, there's no clarity, there's no YouTube readings, none of that. I mean, I know you say you're not drama, but you probably would have probably accused her and been like, not dramatic about, oh, you've been seeing other guys. You probably would have like, there could have been some type of toxicity there. You get what I'm saying? No one's perfect, but I mean, your mind would jump to assumptions. So this is why it's important to not always necessarily just assume the worst thing ever. Okay. Now, if you see evidence of it, cool. You know it's the worst thing ever, but don't automatically just jump and think, well, this is what you're doing or this is what's going on. Because, I mean, imagine if the world operated like that, just going around making assumptions with no facts to back it up. Everybody would be in jail, you know? No, no, no. No, no, no. That's not what you said, baby. No, no, no. No, no, no. That's not what you said. Okay? That is not what you said, honey. Maybe a third party. That's the first thing you said, baby. If we go all the way to your message. Yeah, it's the first thing you said. Maybe a third party. That's the first thing you That was the first thing you said. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I love all my clients. I see you guys as my babies. Like, y'all just, but I can't keep saving y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to let y'all walk on your own, learn how to walk. All right? That is assuming the worst. She could be seeing somebody else. And I mean, you're human. You're human. So for you to assume that, of course. But just understand it is dangerous too to always assume the worst. I gotta check about Go look at Sagittarius moon and it's gonna tell you exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Aquarius is still kind of ruled by Saturn. So we do still represent fixed and long-term energy. Virgo's already long-term. They think about that. So you're already wired to expect commitment, to expect seriousness. Okay. Sometimes even way before, you know, just really early, you can expect that. But her being a Sag moon, she's not the same way. Mm-mm. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Even though she's a Scorpio, don't matter. Her moon is in Sag. But yeah, so I'll be back on here, Nuno. If you do have happen to have other questions, then we can talk about it on the 8th. Not the 8th, but like around 8. I'll probably be on around 8. All right, you're welcome.